you ever heard of a Krumkake? They are a Norwegian treat that my grandma makes that end up looking like sugar cones. I'm going to teach you how to make the batter, bake it, roll it, and make a filling for it. To make this, you are going to need water, butter, a mixing spoon, sugar, flour, an egg, some vanilla, a rubber scraper, a Krumkake maker, a Krumkake former, a small bowl, and a mixing bowl. And now we're going to add the water that's really hot. Okay, and then you can either use room temperature butter or melt it in the microwave for 20 to 30 seconds. So add that and stir that in. Okay, now add the granulated sugar and wait for that. Stir that in and wait for it to dissolve. Okay, and then we're going to let that cool for a little bit. Okay, now that that has cooled, you're going to add the flour. And then you're going to crack the egg into the small bowl. Okay, and then make sure there's no shells in it. And then you're going to add that to the mixture and stir it together. Okay, now that that's mixed together, add some of the vanilla and stir that together. And this should be making a very thin batter. Okay, now that the batter is made and the iron has warmed up, we're going to take a little bit of spray and spray that on there and close it so it gets on both sides. Okay, and then I'm using a tablespoon of batter, but you can use a tablespoon and a half depending on the size of your Krumkake maker. So you take the batter, then you put it in the center of the maker, and then you close it slowly so it doesn't splatter everywhere. Okay, this is like the only time-consuming part of making this. This takes 30 seconds on each side, and the other one. But after you're done with this, you have to hurry up when you get it over to there to make it into the cone shape. And we're gonna flip it over. Okay, this is the Krumkake iron, but there are also electric Krumkake makers, and those go a little bit faster. Because you can do 2 at a time and they cook a little bit faster, but those kind of look like waffles. So. Okay, this is almost done, so we're going to go over here. And then peel it off. This over here so it doesn't get too warm. And then you take it and then you roll it up. And then you pinch the end down so it gets into more of a cone shape so the bottom's closed. And you do that for about 10 seconds. And then when you're done, it ends up looking like this. Okay, now I'm going to make the filling for the Krumkake. I'm making a vanilla pudding, but you can make all sorts of things like chocolate mousses, chopped up strawberries or fruit, or dipped in things, really anything you can think of. So for the pudding, I'm going to need a whisk, a pan, 2 cups of milk, and a pudding bag mixture. Okay, so first you want to turn the fire on to a medium heat, and then we're going to add the milk. And then we add the pudding. Okay, now we need to whisk that together. Okay, now we need to wait for that to boil, and then we'll put it in the refrigerator and cool it, and then we can fill it. Okay, now I have let the pudding come to a boil, and I let it cool down, and now it's time to stuff. You take just an ordinary spoon and put a little on the spoon and let it just sink to the bottom. Then let it just be a little bit in there. And then you just keep doing that to all of them. And that's how you make your kakas.